Ladies and gentlemen, gather close. Today, we're here to speak of respect, loyalty, and the irreparable damage done when someone disrespects you. Because let's get one thing straight. When people show you disrespect, they're not just bruising your pride. They're planting the seeds for their own loss. They're losing the voice that stood by them, the energy that lifted them, and the support that helped them. They didn't realize that by disrespecting you, by tossing aside your worth as if it were meaningless, they'd lose your voice forever. And I'm here to remind them just how enormous that loss is. Think about this. You give yourself to those around you every single day. You give your loyalty, your energy, your insight, your help, and sometimes even your love. You don't have to be there. You don't have to care. And yet you do. You're there when they need you, when they're struggling, when they want to celebrate, when they're uncertain. You're a voice for them, a voice of support, of encouragement, of truth. But what happens when they stop listening? What happens when they take that voice for granted, as if you're a tool they can use anytime they like, a resource they can just tap into at their convenience? What happens when they disrespect you, failing to realize the profound consequences of their actions? They thought you'd stay because you always have. They thought you'd keep giving because you always did. They were so comfortable with your loyalty that they forgot it was a choice you make every day. And it's not an endless well they can keep taking from without a second thought. Disrespect doesn't come for free. It has consequences. It leaves scars. And one of the greatest, most devastating consequences is your silence, the deafening void that follows when they finally cross the line. They thought they were strong, that they could endure anything, that you'd keep standing beside them, but they didn't realize that strength isn't just about standing firm. It's about knowing when to step back. It's about having the self-respect to say, I will not be treated this way, because everyone has a breaking point. Every person has a limit, a moment where they know enough is enough. And when they pushed you to that point, when they took you for granted and disrespected you, they crossed a line they could never go back from. They took a sledgehammer to the foundation of trust, loyalty, and respect that kept you there. They shattered it, and now they're left in the ruins of their own actions. They thought it was a one-way street that you would keep pouring out while they just kept taking. They thought they were in control. But here's the reality. Strength is not passive. Strength is not about letting people walk all over you while you stay silent. True strength is recognizing your own worth and knowing when to walk away from those who refuse to respect it. You're not a resource. You're not a fixture. You're a force. And if they can't see that, they don't deserve you. You don't owe your loyalty, your energy, or your dedication to anyone who doesn't value it. By disrespecting you, they didn't just lose your voice. They lost the best part of what you had to offer. They will realize it too. They will wake up and notice that silence, that cold, unyielding silence where your voice used to be. They'll find themselves in moments when they look around for your support, only to realize that they lost it. They'll feel the absence of your strength and wonder why things seem so much harder, why the challenges are heavier, why their days are emptier. And they'll know, deep down, that it was their own doing, that they pushed you to this. Let them feel that silence. Let them stand in the shadow of their own disrespect, faced with the reality that they lost something they can never get back. People don't think twice about taking you for granted when you're around. They assume you'll be there, that you'll be patient, that you'll endure it all. But there's a truth they have yet to understand. Loyalty is earned, not given. Respect is demanded, not begged for. And once they've crossed that line, once they've thrown away your respect, they've proven they never deserved it. This is a lesson not just for them, but for you. To know that you're not an option, not a convenience, not someone to be taken lightly. You are a person of worth, of value, of strength. And when someone fails to see that, they don't deserve you. When they lose your respect, they lose everything. So, let them be alone in the silence that follows your absence. Let them realize what it means to lose you, to lose your dedication, to lose your loyalty. Let them understand the emptiness, the void that exists when the people who truly cared walk away. Let that silence be a reminder that actions have consequences, and disrespect is not something they can casually dismiss without repercussion. They'll have to look in the mirror and come to terms with the truth that it was their choice, their lack of respect, that created this void. They thought they'd be fine without you, that your loyalty was just something they could take. Now, they can live with the consequences. You didn't do this to them, they did this to themselves. They thought they could cross boundaries and face no consequences, but the reality is that disrespect has a cost that they are now paying for with your silence. They threw away the best of what you gave, and now they live with the loss. They live with the weight of knowing that they let something precious slip through their fingers. And maybe they'll change, maybe they won't, but that's not your concern. Your responsibility is, to yourself, to uphold your own respect, to protect your own voice. They'll have to find a way to deal with what they've done, to understand the value they've thrown away. And when they reach that understanding, it will be too late. It will be too late for second chances, too late for apologies, too late for amends. Because when someone has already thrown away your respect, no amount of words can rebuild that trust, that loyalty, that dedication. They'll be left only with the memory of what was, of what they had, and failed to value. And that is a burden they'll carry for a long, long time. In the end, they thought they could take you for granted, but you are not here to be used, to be disrespected, to be undervalued. You are here to live, to thrive, to be respected, to be valued. And if they can't see that, if they don't understand the weight of losing you, that is not your burden. Stand strong, stand firm, and let the silence speak for itself. Let them see that the cost of disrespect is losing something irreplaceable. Let them feel the emptiness of your absence, the quiet void where your voice used to be. And let them understand, in their own time, that the greatest loss they could face is the loss of someone who truly cared, who truly supported them, who truly stood by their side. That loss is permanent. It's a lesson they'll carry for a lifetime. And as for you, stand tall, walk forward, and know that you have done everything right. You gave them your loyalty, your trust, your unwavering support, and they threw it away. You are not responsible for their disrespect, and you are not obligated to stay where you are not valued. You have the strength to move on, the courage to reclaim your voice, and the wisdom to know that respect is not negotiable. In conclusion, remember this: your voice is your power, your presence is your strength. Don't waste it on those who refuse to see it. Walk away. Let them feel the absence. Let them feel the silence, and let that be the price they pay for their own lack of respect.